Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, Negroes and Caucasians, Indians, Asians, people of all ethnic relations. I'm rhyming, that's dope.
Hey.
Yeah.
It is AllOva Radio, episode 2.
What it do?
It's your boy Kaution, Mr. 700 in the building.
Hey.
I'm in here with my guy B. Clark.
Hey, yo.
Was the applause okay this time? Now that
Yeah,
it was
I
after
can hear-
both
I can
names?
hear everything
there
now.
we go. Last time it was a problem. And we also have the incomparable Zstarr in here herself on the camera for us.
Hey guys, happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Round of applause for Zstarr. Shout out to Zstarr as well for all of her accomplishments. I'll let her tell you about those at her own time. But shout out to her and everything she's doing, because she's making big moves. Just interviewed Bun B.
Yes.
Saw that. How was that?
That was dope.
Nice.
It was really cool.
I was super excited when I seen it.
Yeah, we were really excited to have
You
him
get a
on the
chance,
show.
go check out the Realest Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for that shout
Spotify, all streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcast at, you can find that. Her and the homie G-Lo, they do a great job of interviewing all the local stars as well as the major stars. Like,
Facts.
you know what I mean? These are award-winning podcast hosts there with what they doing it.
Award-winning. Make sure you really put emphasis
where's
on
the
that.
applause at?
Award-winning. Like,
Right out there, man.
award-winning podcast behind the camera working
Right.
for us. So that's,
So there's no lacking of humility and her
we
just
hope to
wanting
be
to work.
you one day.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
y'all up next.
Yeah, and I
Let's hope so.
Yes.
I appreciate you speaking that.
Yes.
We just gonna stick around and soak up as much game as we can from y'all. We are drinking currently. This is Hennessy. For those who want to know, I'll show the bottle. If we can get a sponsorship, y'all look out for your boy. This is Hennessy Masters Blenders Selection number 4. Right, it's 43% alcohol. Right, so I had Masters Blenders 3. Shout out to my brother-in-law. He lives in Atlanta. Keystrokes.
Hey.
He is a makeup artist to the stars and the like. You know, I think right now he's working on like P Valley and like
nice.
That's
another
dope.
one of the shows. And I went to his house one time in Atlanta, and he had the bottle sitting up on his counter, and I'm like, bro, is that Hennessy? And he was like, yeah, you ain't never had this? And I was like, nah, that's like rich nigga Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen that before. And so, I've been hooked on it ever since. So if we can't Hennessy, look, I'm going to tag y'all in all these videos going forward. Because this bottle ain't cheap. And so if I'm going to be buying it, at least send me one every now and then as a
Please.
It don't
courtesy.
even
You
look
know
like
what
a
I'm
regular
saying?
Hennessy bottle.
No, it's not, man. You know what I'm saying? I break that out. It's smooth. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah.
it's kind of like the regular Hennessy. If you've ever had maybe Privilege or maybe even the Black, it's a little bit smoother than those, but it gets the job done. So shout out to them
Facts.
for that.
That's the shit you gotta ask a nigga for.
Yeah, they don't usually keep it out
Hey,
front.
let me get the
Yeah, I be having to ask. And then last time I asked, shout out to the
other
lady
Hennessy.
at the liquor store because she questioned me like I didn't know what I was asking for. So if I knew your name, lady, I'd call you out. Like I went there and asked her what I wanted, and she was like, "Well, we have the other Hennessy on the aisle, whatever."
She tried to
number
give you
it
the
was."
regular nigga Hennessy.
And I just stood there. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, thank you. I was like, if you could just go get the one I asked you for, that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
And then what killed her is I asked her for 2. And like each bottle was like $110. So I was like, I need 2 bottles of that. And she was like, are you sure you're not talking about the privilege is up? Like, lady, if you don't go get
Get these 2 damn
Stop
bottles of
playing with me.
Hennessy, motherfucker.
So is it smoother, like
Yes,
less artificial flavors? Like,
It is essentially, it's just aged a little bit
Yeah.
differently than the others.
Yeah.
I think it's smoother. It's
Yeah,
kinda,
it's a lot smoother as far as going down, but it has the same feeling at the end.
Okay.
So if you in there drinking, Zstarr, you drink?
I do. I just don't drink a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to take a shot?
Can I have a half a shot?
That's fine. So look, this is what we doing. And for those who can't see this, I'm going to pour. My version of a shot is the one I just poured for us.
You could just sip on it because this nigga finna go left.
I'm not gonna do you like that. I know you drove a long way, so you just tell me when.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah. See, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna do
that's
it
just
like
a
that.
baby shot. So let me hold on.
Yeah.
I can jump up. You guys
Gotcha.
are good. Let me jump up.
So yeah, this is definitely one of those. This is a how do you say? What are those things that you call that you do that you've become accustomed to or that you do a lot now that you didn't do at first? What do they call those things? Like a vice?
A vice,
Like a new
I guess.
vice or a new obsession so
There you
much?
go.
Yeah, man, I don't drink a lot, and mind you, I'm a wine guy now. Like I've turned into a wine guy. Shout
That's
out to my
me.
wife. She has
Wine
turned me into a
champagne.
wine guy. Like I'm a Riesling wine guy. Like I'm not even
okay.
like, I dip into the sweet Rieslings when I get out. Shout out to certain restaurants that have accommodated me for those. But
Nice.
if
I
I'm-
like a more dry, like Bordeaux rum.
like a red or like a
See,
Yeah,
I ain't been
red.
down that street yet. I ain't been down
Yeah,
the whole wine
full
street.
body,
I had a couple
yeah.
sips, you know what I'm saying? But it just ain't for me.
I tried the dry. It just like
Oh,
too-
it's not for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like Rieslings,
Yeah.
those aren't for me.
Exactly.
It's too sweet.
Exactly. And that's how most people are. They're just like, oh, it's too sweet. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, if I go any drier, like
Yeah,
this shit
yeah,
is
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, damn, I might as well drink some Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them for that.
Can
Wait,
we, you
Cheers
just
to you
mentioned it.
guys.
Yeah.
Salud.
Hey.
to more success.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's nice.
Not as bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I can have that sip on this while I'm having a cigar.
Right.
Oh shit, yeah. Speaking of which, everything's kind of wrapping up. Can I give you your flowers real quick? My man been married for a whole week now.
Yes,
Shout out to my boy.
Yes.
Shout out to a little applause for that.
Shout out to my boy Mr. Brown. Shout out to my sister Miss Brown now. You know what I'm
Such a
saying?
beautiful
Officially.
photo.
Man, listen.
She went to the whole name change yet?
She did on Facebook. She ain't
Yeah,
done it in real life yet. But you know, Facebook is where it's real. People don't see the other one. You see the one on Facebook.
Credit cards, the
right? So I'm cool with that.
Right.
And she's excited about it.
Shout out to Black Love.
Yeah, man, it was lovely. It was lovely to have the combining of the two families, and everybody got along. It wasn't one of those, your side of the family sit over here.
Right. Oh,
it
that's
was just
great.
you come in, have a seat, and just, let's just enjoy the ceremony, man.
I seen your moms interacting with Allison's mom.
Oh yeah, man, they
everybody's
good,
family,
They're
cousins,
great.
brothers.
Shout out to
everybody.
moms for flying out here 2 times in a row. She came out here recently to visit because she was supposed to, her initial trip for the wedding. She couldn't extend her flight no more because we had postponed it twice. So she was like, I'm just finna come out there. And so she came out here, and we had like an impromptu family reunion. Shout out to all my family that came out.
Nice.
They rented like this huge ranch house out in past Denton and shit. So,
Niggas
and so
said
she
ranch
came out
house.
here for that,
Yeah.
and then they came back again for the wedding. And my mother hadn't been out here in like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
So it was dope to see her 2 times in a short amount of time. All my little brothers and sisters. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
That came in.
Nice.
It was love.
It was beautiful. I saw the photos. I was
Yeah,
like,
and when
oh.
I was trying,
dope, yeah.
I was trying not to post too many because I didn't want to over flood it before the official
Right.
pictures come out. So I was like, okay, I'll just do the story.
Yeah,
Those will
yeah.
disappear.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll do one picture of me and her just to
Yeah,
kind of that somebody
beautiful.
took. But yeah,
It was a dope wedding. It was well put together. I enjoyed
Thank you,
myself. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Definitely put some things in perspective. But you know what I'm saying? Overall, you know what I'm saying?
So
It
you
was,
ready to settle down with me now? No, I was just joking. I'm joking.
Is it covered?
Hey, I'm joking, guys. It's all jokes.
But it was. I loved it. I enjoyed myself.
Nice.
My brothers was there. Even H from Compton. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
all love. So
Shout out to H. Listen,
yeah.
H came out here and ruined a part of my lungs. First of all.
Oh man.
This nigga smokes so much weed. For anybody who's trying to compete with people smoking weed from California, and this is coming from somebody that's from Compton that,
Right.
grew up there, I can't hang no more. Like, not with him. Like, nah. I smoked more weed in probably the past 3 or 4 days than I have in like the
Wow.
past 2 or 3 months. Like,
Oh, wow.
He doesn't break it down. He just gets it
Nah,
out the bag, puts it in there.
he's rolling special
He's-
occasion
he's
blunts
rolling-
all day long.
what it
Prehistoric
looks
ass
like.
blunts. He can't come back. I told him,
Yeah.
you can't come back like this.
He's
You
banned.
got to do better. You got to do
laugh
better.
right before he lights it. Like,
So look, this goes into a good topic, right? And I'm glad that Zstarr's on the mic.
yeah.
Thank
So
you.
answer this question. Is this generation the worst at establishing and maintaining romantic relationships?
This generation or this time? Like
A
this
culmination
day and
of
time?
both.
Okay.
And
I'm
not the younger
single,
generation.
So I've been single for a long time, and I meet people all the time because obviously working in the entertainment business, I'm
Yeah,
invited
yeah.
to all type of events,
Right.
concerts, VIP, whatever.
Right.
And then, I still model, believe it or not. So sometimes I'm invited to those type of events. So
Right.
I get like different types of guys that I meet. You know what I
can
mean?
imagine.
From rich ball players, whatever, from the hood. And I like them all, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But
you
are
just
they
gotta
romantic?
be smart.
Though? Are they
They're
romantic?
not
Do they hit you with
romantic.
shit like,
They're not romantic, and I'm a
Wine and
hopeless
dine you?
romantic.
So
and
is it a
some people-
common theme? Is that like with each guy that you meet? Is it like that?
The thing with me when I meet guys, I really like to be dressed down because whenever I'm dressed up, they see this glamazon or whatever,
There you
and
go.
that's not who I am.
right,
That's
yeah.
not a true
This is more
representation.
so like I'm just late. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So what happens is they're enamored with that look, and I'm like, yo, this is not like
not
this is
what it
really
is.
not who
Right,
I
right.
am.
This is what I'm
So
putting
I
on
think
for
if I seen you out like all glamored and dolled up and everything, I don't think I would ever recognize you.
No, some
Like,
people don't. I've
Right.
had
'Cause
rappers
every time
walk
I've
right
seen
by
you,
me.
yeah, every time I
And I'm
see
like,
you, you got
yo.
tights on and you got a
Yeah.
nice shirt on, a hat or
That's
something
it.
like
Right,
that.
keep
And
it
just
simple.
chilling. I just
Right.
keep it real. But then on the flip side, being if you got a guy who appreciates a woman when she's dressed up, I mean, sometimes
Right.
then he won't get that glimpse of
Right.
me. So then he's like, oh man, she ain't, that ain't
Right.
it.
Right.
Or the one's like, damn, but they just get so caught up in the physical. And with
Right.
me, it's more mental. If you don't fall in love literally with my brain, with my mental
Yeah.
capacity and my heart, you won't be able to love me.
Yeah.
Because all this
because you're in love with an image. You're in love with an image,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And so
I'm gonna say no. It's it's died down.
And I see so many horror stories online. Like when I look at all my single friends online,
Yeah.
all I ever see is complaints and like what's out there isn't what it is, or they trying and then I get especially the women. So I wanna. Where's that sound at? We have a sound for that here. Where is it at? Hold on. This is the sound. This is what it is.
Yeah, that's it.
And you know what I'm saying? This is for all of y'all out there in the dating pool that kind of
Yeah.
are swinging and missing. It's not necessarily your fault, ladies, because what I realized a long time ago, and this is no offense to all my fellas out there, but niggers are weirdos. Men are weirdos.
Facts.
Like the strangest stories I ever hear are always the men.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, bro, like this is a cool individual. She seems to have her head on straight. She has her things together.
Yeah.
You know, she's working. She's taking care of herself, probably taking care of her kid on her own because, again, men are fucking weirdos.
Right.
And it's just...
But do you put that partly on the women maybe leading them on behind closed doors?
Because listen, I had a female that a woman I used to work with. She told me there was a guy she was trying to talk to. She was still kind of getting over her ex, so they were still dealing with each other. She was trying to figure it out. And she said that she was still going back and forth with her ex. So, you know, her and her ex kicked it one night, whatever. Her and this dude had kicked it before, but it wasn't nothing serious. It was just a one-off type of situation. And she said one night she came home drunk with her ex, and this man was waiting outside of her house in her bushes. In some bushes, waiting for her to arrive. And she said he never exhibited any, like, nothing showing he was crazy. It was just once it didn't go his way, he flipped. And this is like the third story of such I've heard about men doing
I thought
this.
that story was going to go completely like right
Wild.
field. I thought he was going to be there holding flowers.
My
saying,
man was in the bushes.
In the bushes.
Texting her, asking her what she was doing.
That is
and
crazy.
seeing
Girl,
if
what
she
you
was
doing?
gonna be lying.
What the hell is
And
this
that's
nigga?
what I'm saying. Like, and so I feel
meet guys like that too. Like they want to rush into the relationship so well. Like that actually was the last guy that I was dating like 3 years ago. I met him and you know, it was, you know, whatever, but he just was rushing. And I'm like, yo, you know, we're friends. Like, we got to get to know each other first. And later on, he realized what he did wrong.
Right.
But it's like, damn, I thought maybe I could have been really serious with this guy. Because when I met him, I didn't even think anything about it.
Right.
But like the more we hung out, I was like, damn, we have a lot in common. But some stuff not in common. But it was enough to like talk to him.
Right.
He just was rushing. And I'm like, yo, we have to get to know
Step
each
by
other.
step.
And I'm independent too. I'm very independent. So I do have to realize
that is like it's like something about an independent woman that like causes men to get on the defensive.
oh, they do. But I think a real man, when he'll say, look, baby, I got it. Like,
Right.
no, give it to me. I got it.
Right.
And that's what I don't get a lot. It's a lot of timid. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to rarely ask you. Like, even you ask, I ask you to help me with. I don't really like to ask people to do things.
Yeah.
I like to do it myself.
Right.
But I just need a man. You know what I mean?
And I think that's what's
Yeah.
lacking is because I think that timidness is the uncertainty of like what exactly a man is getting into. Because I know for us, it's like essentially going into a relationship, you could either be the kind of guy that's willing to wait for things to happen and just naturally let things evolve, or you can be that guy that's trying to force everything. Like, hey, we need to go out, we need to be on a date, we need to sleep with each other within that certain amount of time. You need to meet my mother by this time, and you know you have that other set of guys that's just like, we'll take forever to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
What you mean?
Cup.
Oh, I forgot I'm ashing in the wrong thing. I'm gonna drink out the bottle if I want some more.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
good.
Okay, so that leads me to this other part of it, and the word toxic that's inserted in everything that has to do with relationships now. Shout out to this bug that's around. I think I just got my Bruce Lee on.
Oh,
no,
nice.
let him go. I'm
Oh,
a ill
damn.
nigga. I called him, and he should understand now that he
You
needs to
are
leave me
Wata.
alone. The word toxic. Okay, so I looked up an article that talked about 6 signs to a toxic relationship, right? So 1 is disagreements are not an excuse for disrespect.
Okay.
So if you see any of that happening, 2 is relationships shouldn't make you feel unworthy, scared, or less than.
I like these too. Yeah.
3 is you should feel safe to be fully yourself with your partner. So that means, you know, no, you should be inhibited or free to do whatever you need to do around that person.
Right.
Your boundaries should be respected. So everything isn't on limits as some people think in relationships.
Right.
Sometimes people need to take time to open up every door there.
Right.
Yeah.
Chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
True.
And then it says number 5, you shouldn't feel invisible or that your relationship is suffocating you, which is the case for a lot of, I know a lot of men feel that way.
Yeah.
So if you feel suffocated a bit, but that's because and this is something that happens with women as well. Women love hard. Like they tend to
do.
love hard. Like once they actually love you, like, and that's the thing about men that they don't understand. Like it takes a while for a woman to actually feel you that way, but once she does, most of them do love hard.
Yeah, down.
You know. Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You good? We only got one more. You good?
Okay.
Relationships shouldn't be a blame game where you feel guilty all the time. Which,
no,
right?
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. Nah.
Unless you are guilty all the time.
Exactly. Going back to number 5, I actually just spoke with a buddy of mine. He's out of Atlanta, and he was telling me about a relationship that he's in, and that's how he feels. He feels suffocated. He started early, having kids, and ended up getting married. Not that he doesn't love his wife, but he feels like he missed out on so much because I think she wanted the marriage or something. Maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Right.
But he wants to explore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants to what soil is royal oats or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So how early did they get married?
I forgot what age he
Was he
told
in his
me.
20s, I
but he
wonder?
was in his 20s. Yeah, he was in his 20s. And I asked him, I was like, well, I mean, would she be open, for
How
an
long have
open
they been married?
relationship?
How long have they been married?
For a minute.
For a while.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's now at the point where he
For
feels
a
like he
minute.
wasted his 20s, then he's
he's
probably
been married for a
mid-30s or
minute.
something now. Probably like, damn,
Yeah,
I wish
he
I would have
is.
kicked it more. Yeah.
He is. And I feel bad for people like that because I could never, my happiness is so important to me.
Yeah.
And I don't depend on anyone to make me happy.
You shouldn't.
You can add on to my happiness, but I'm not going to depend on you.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
And I think that's why, people are like, Z, how can you stay single so long? And it's because I'm not dependent on these guys
Yeah,
that make
right.
me happy.
If you're happy with yourself, that's
yeah,
all that
like I have
matters,
my
yeah.
standards and I cannot, like the times when I didn't settle,
Yeah.
I lost every time.
Right.
I lost every time. And I gave my all. I love hard. I'm very passionate.
Yeah,
I'm a passionate worker, everything.
And
I'm-
they say that, what do they say? You shouldn't, the relationship or a partner shouldn't make you happy. You should be happy first in order to contribute to each
You
other's
should.
happiness. Because there's no way for one individual to make you happy. If your happiness is dependent on that individual's, then you're at the mercy of that other person forever.
But how many times do you hear people say that? What do people always say? Does he make you happy? Does she make you happy? That's the wrong thing to say.
So misleading. So misleading. So that's another point though. Do men ever see themselves being married without being pressured? So do you as a man, do you ever think, because I know like as little girls, like right now I got a 5-year-old daughter and 2 9-year-old daughters. And my youngest daughter, I noticed, and maybe I didn't notice this early on, but she plays like house a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dad, her little brother, I mean, she's the mom, her little brother's the dad, the dolls are the son, and the kids or whatever. And they do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so, especially after she saw us, preparing for the wedding and everything, that's always been in her mind. Like, mommy, am I going to get married one day? You know what I'm saying? And she's asked that. And all of my daughters have really brought it up, or just the thought of that, because, how kids are brought up and what they have access to, right?
Yeah.
So I see that from a little girl's perspective early, because they just kind of adapt to that because they see it and it's interesting, I'm guessing. But my son ain't never just been like, I'm daddy. You know what I'm saying? Or like, that's not how he is. So I'm wondering, is there, like, do we ever feel the same need to be married? Because I don't think I thought about it until my woman brought it to my attention. Like, I always thought we could be together forever.
Yeah, rarely I meet guys. It's probably in my entire life. It was 2 guys who I didn't date them. They were my friends who were like, I can't wait to get married, but they got married young and they're still together. This is something that they were looking forward to. They wanted to take care of their family. But
Was it something in their family, like their mom and dad, that kind of got them on that? Because I think that's kind of how you
Seeing
grew
it.
up.
Yeah,
My parents
seeing
have been
it.
together the whole time I've been alive. So they were married. Like, I was in my mom's belly while she was, you know what I'm saying, I do. So
that's
the whole
dope.
time they've been married. That's all I know is I need to get married. But I kind of fell victim to that with mine because I got kind of comfortable with her being there all the time. Like, and then I kind of got away from, damn, should I put that ring on her finger? I got away from that shit. So
And that's
it's
so
just
fucked up.
all the
Because I
time.
felt that. I felt like
does
at
your girlfriend ask you like, hey, well, you
Yeah,
probably don't.
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's ju- it's
When you
just-
gonna
it's
put that
like-
ring on the finger? Yeah.
it'd be stuff like that, and it's like, damn, I didn't think about it till
You
I
brought
do
it up.
this, till you bring it up.
'Cause we get
and then
stuck
it
in
looks
that.
fucked up on me, but it's like what I'm really thinking is that I want to be with you forever,
Absolutely.
and I've never
In your head, it's
women-
we're already married. In your head, you're like, baby,
And the
you
women
the
want
one.
the wedding,
I'm not going
the
nowhere.
fairy tale, all that,
It's
the carriage ride to it. You know what I'm saying? The honeymoon.
And you
after
can't
that.
minimalize that.
Yeah.
You
No, you
cannot
can't.
do that. And that is the part that I was just like, okay, shut the fuck up sometimes.
And then it don't help that they watch these movies and then they put that in the movies.
Oh,
or they
yeah.
put that
I
in
can
the
beat the
songs.
movies.
Yeah.
And she watches wedding shows.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
so
yeah.
and that, now
You know
on
what I'm
TV
saying?
2020,
I couldn't
21,
win.
like, it's winning shows.
It was
and all
like, you
this.
know, you
Yeah.
come home from work, it's like, hey, everybody doing it. She watching the show, you know, say yes to the dress and
That's what
all
I'm
that.
saying, yeah.
And so you can't win against that.
what
Like
I'm
these
saying.
ladies,
So-
Clark, it's that time.
Yeah, now it's like, am I getting
For real,
pressured?
Pray.
No, it's like, do I want to? It's like, okay, let
is
me
it
put my
fair to do
mind
it
in
because
wedding
there's a
mode.
fear of losing though? Because I went through that myself. Like I
Yeah.
felt like if I don't do this, I'm a loser.
Yeah.
And that
'Cause
shouldn't be
ultimately
the
that's what they
primary
want.
reason, but that's another thing that falls in line with us too. As men,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to lose this person, so let me do this to pacify, you know, what's going on in my
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
household.
But what's fucked up though is that with a man, even though I talk to other men about it, and then even people have talked to me about it, it's like they want to do it when they're ready. But she wants to do it today, right now, 20 minutes ago.
So I guess I guess that's a fair question, right?
Right.
Yeah.
When will you be married, ready to get married?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you've been, you know, nowadays, if you've been with someone 3 to 5 years, that's so rare versus like 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
People would be with each other 3 to 5 years. That was
Right.
hardly any time. They were together 10 years. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
I'm one of those.
But now 3
Right.
years, like it's time to get married. So
Right.
so the question is,
But
when
is that
will you
fair
be
though?
married?
3 years? Like,
No, I just threw that out there. It's
Oh, okay,
subjective.
okay.
It's subjective.
So
Okay.
whatever the
So-
situation, right?
Yeah.
But when is it that you feel comfortable farting in the bed with that person, or you feel
Right.
you know
Facts.
they have access to your bank account?
Yeah.
Right.
You know I mean,
I see
You
some
know-
of the younger kids though, like they are meeting a girl, staying with them 1 or 2 years, and then boom, propose. And then you check on them 2, 3 years later. It's like,
a shit
fuck
show.
this bitch.
Or
Yeah, I'm
2
ready
or
to
3
get
months.
divorced.
To what I was finna say,
sometimes,
it's- you know what it was for me? It was a culmination of a certain amount of things because I was the
Right.
I'm not ready guy for a long time. And mind you, I don't even want to tell y'all how long I was with my fiance prior to us getting engaged even. Like
Yeah.
I've known her collectively. I'm not gonna say how old I am, but I've known her since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like she was 17 and I was 18. And so leading up to now, I proposed to her 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So we talking about fuck. I don't care. I don't have anything to hide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We talking about rather 15 years of knowing and being involved with a person to where I got to a point where I was like, you know what? What is it exactly that you're waiting for to make this commitment?
that
to
was
this
gonna be
person?
my, and I didn't want to. I was gonna ask you both that, but I don't. I want to. I'm kind of like walking on eggshells
No,
with
it's
this
fine
conversation
because
because
it's-
you are married and you haven't made
But
that
it,
commitment
you
yet.
know what it is? You know what it was? Is as a man, I wasn't prepared for what comes along with being married. It wasn't even the financial part of it. It was, I didn't have an example. Like, I was the complete opposite of him. My father was never around. You know what I mean? He was never around. And so a single parent household is all that I knew. And then when my mother finally got married, I hated her husband. So I was like, well, I know I never want that. Like what y'all had, because that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? I know I never want that. But then it's like, damn, if I make a commitment to be married, like, am I really that guy that can say you can be proud of? You know what I'm saying? Like, he has his shit together. He ain't out here chasing skirts. He doing what he need to be doing. He takes care of his kids. Like, I needed all of that to be like this ball of completion for me. Although nothing is perfect. But in my mind, it was like I was psyching myself out to where it was like, bro, this is the person you love. Like, do you want to be somewhere else? Like, I couldn't live single right now. I'd die out here. I'm not built for this no more. Like, I can't get into it. Like, my tolerance for things are low because I've been in a relationship forever. So to make me single again would just be for me to isolate myself, and this would be, I'd be married to this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think it was just, I was waiting on a culmination of things to kind of just be like, this is it, and I was overthinking it. And like once I
Yeah,
realized
like we
I
all
was
do, right? Mhm.
Yeah,
once I
facts.
realized I was overthinking it, I was like, man, come on, we live together. We
Why
got
not?
2 kids in this house together. Like, your family loves me and vice versa. Like, what am I waiting for? Like, if you was gonna leave me, you would have left a long time ago. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so I know you here, and we've been through things that, you know, we've tested out our relationship. You know what I'm saying? For the better or the worse. And we came out on top in each situation. So it's like, man, like, if she wants a wedding to solidify what she wants, then give her a fucking wedding. Like, let her have a wedding. Let her have it the way she wants it. You know, be there, be present. You know, I may have cried a little bit. Nobody, you know, they may have got it on camera.
Man.
But, you know, it was
I ain't
worth it
saying
in the end
nothing.
because What I'll say is,
I ain't saying nothing.
yeah, bro, hold me down. What I'll say is, what I saw during the wedding that I loved the most was the fact that she was enjoying herself and that she was getting what she wanted out of that.
Right.
Because for me in my relationship, I was already confident that that was the person I wanted to be with.
Yeah.
She had given me 2 beautiful children. She's been a glorious stepmother to my other 2 children, which is not a requirement for anyone.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean? Like, she has been absolutely amazing at it all. And it's like, well, all she wants out of this is a wedding? Like, fuck that. Like, let's do it. Like, let's do it. And so, you know, seeing it and being involved in it was awesome.
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
man. Yeah. I definitely enjoyed it. So anybody out there thinking about it, don't feel pressured to do it, man. But you got to communicate. And that's the thing about it. Like, it's okay to be nervous or worried or scared about shit that's the unknown, because that's one of those things. And it's like, what is the song? The actual song that the first dance was the Wale song featuring Usher, The Proposal. I think that's what it's called. And at the beginning, Jerry Seinfeld says on there, he says, you know, it's like a roller coaster. You never know quite when you're ready, and then you get up there like, man, this is high up. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just you prepare for that drop. But it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one of those things. It's just the unknown. It's the fear of the unknown. Once you get on the other side of it, it's like, oh, I just married the person that I love anyway.
Facts.
And I'm a person that, you know, I'm one for ownership and, you know, claiming things. Like, I want shit that's mine. Like, I don't like sharing shit with other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I don't. Like, and so not to say I own her, but to be like, hey, that's my woman out of all of it. And for her to say the same and to know that confidently is a different feeling for me. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope. Black love. Shout out to the Black
Widow.
Widow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, shout out to Allie Bo, man. She holds me down in so many ways. She's holding me down right now at home with the kids. So all right. What else did I have? I had a bunch of random shit here. So we
see on AllOva Radio, we just don't talk about rap shit.
Nah, man, we be all over the place.
These rap niggas. You know
Plus, we be high and shit, so that's always
so,
now funny. Now this isn't really funny, but how do y'all feel about the Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow? The whole thing. How y'all feel about that?
Y'all better get right with Soulja Boy, the first rapper to
everything.
I know.
do whatever.
But he has like actual like proof of all of them too, and that's the coolest part. Like, I love how he's going to these. But the YouTube thing, the first rapper on YouTube thing, was actually a real thing, and I think people laughed at him, but like, they actually had an article where they talked about how he was one of the first rappers to have a video on YouTube. Like, it's known that that's where he started at. So I think, you know, give that man some credit. It's on June the 26th. They have one before that, which is Eve versus Trina. I don't know how y'all feel about that one. I feel like they just throwing that one in there.
I can miss that one.
I didn't even know that they were going. Wow, they putting those two together?
That's what I said. I was just kind of it
Trina got
me.
enough songs?
That's what I'm saying.
I know Eve got a couple.
Yeah. Oh no,
hits.
she
more
does.
hits. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know when she crossed over and was
With
doing
Gwen
shit with Gwen Stefani, like
knocking that shit out.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then they have one more.
I mean, I like
says
Trina, but I
secret.
would have put her with
Nobody.
Who would
I wouldn't have put her with nobody. She wouldn't have been on my list of people for verses.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because of what am I thinking of? You don't know Nan, the baddest, and then Take It to the House. All the songs is with Trick Daddy. Like it's I don't know any. And maybe I'm just not an advocate of Trina, so I don't know enough music.
I'm not the biggest Trina fan.
But no, I'm not pulling up for that. Not to knock Trina.
So who would you guys put Eve with then?
If I had the choice,
Who
I would
you
probably
put her
go. Give me Eve versus. No, I was finna say Missy, but Missy's gonna slaughter.
Missy's gonna slaughter anybody.
Yeah,
really,
Missy's
let's keep it
tough one.
real.
If you include in songs that she's wrote, rap, sung, and produced like they do,
Yeah.
then Missy's a tough. That's a tough
Right.
sell.
90% of the motherfuckers out.
Eve.
Yeah.
Maybe
First
Lil
time-
Kim.
No, My
not
first
gonna
thought
give
came
her-
to my head is Lauryn Hill.
You're not gonna give her Lil Kim
That's
at all?
the first person I thought of,
I
Lauryn
thought
Hill.
of Lauryn Hill. Yeah.
That's who I thought of first.
Just
Yep.
the same baggage.
Even
of
though
music.
she sings, and then just because of the era, they came out during the
That's
same
true.
time.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought of
thought Lauryn
Eve.
Hill.
I mean,
Is the
Fugees
Lauryn
from
Hill.
Philly?
Ooh, I don't know.
Are they? No, I don't think so.
Nah,
I don't think so.
I think
Okay,
niggas
I
are
was
from
just-
like New
I feel
York.
I thought
reason.
they
Probably so.
Caribbean or something. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
I know Haitian.
Or Haitian,
Haitian,
yeah.
that's what it is.
Wyclef and Pras.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, Lauryn Hill, I'm with. I think Lauren's just gonna play from the Miseducation, and that's I don't know if
album.
it's
Right,
gonna be
but she
tough
was
to
on
defend.
Sister Act soundtrack.
Right,
Like that's
right.
why I would put her with Eve.
And the Fuji shit too. So
Yeah, I
mean,
think that'd be a better. Trina just that's not
because
doing it
even
for me.
Eve got shit with X though and the
Right.
Locks, nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
And then they have one that they say is international. They don't have the names up, but it's on July the 1st. So Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow. I think Soulja Boy will take it as far as like hit for hit. Soulja Boy got a lot of hits. Bow Wow does too. I'm
Bow
not
Wow
gonna shit
does
on him.
also.
So Bow Wow's a
Because
little
movies.
Lil Bow Wow. He
Because
got a
movies.
little.
I mean, you have to
Bow Wow.
include all of it.
Nah, but see, I'm not even gonna play with Bow Wow that way because like ever since I remember when Bounce With Me came out, and I remember the song that they had in the video that he did after Bounce With Me was over, and they went to the song and it was him and Jermaine Dupri in the house, and they was walking through the house, and that song was on the soundtrack to Big Mama's house, I believe.
Big Mama House, yeah.
And
you're right.
I remember as a kid watching that video and being like, damn, like
Yeah,
whoever this
yeah,
little guy is,
this
he is
little
the
nigga is
coolest
killing
little
it,
guy I've
yeah.
ever seen in my life. Like I was not infatuated with, but I was like, I was already a big So Def fan because I was a huge
Right.
Criss Cross fan. I was a
Right.
huge Brat
Yeah.
fan.
Right.
And so I was like, damn, this is the next one. Like this is
Yeah.
it. And so I was really a believer until, we the same age. And as I
Yeah.
grew, he still
Yeah.
stayed the same size.
still stayed
the
And then
same
I couldn't
size.
take him serious no more.
Yeah.
But he is a legend in his own right as
No,
far
he
as what
is.
he's
Yes,
done.
that nigga,
Don't
yeah.
shit on Bow Wow at all. I mean, his latter career wasn't as impressive as the early one, but
You talk about Little Bow Wow?
yeah,
Lil Bow
he did a
Wow?
lot.
Yeah.
He did a lot.
He
You
came
talk
in and
about
killed
early
it.
Death Row.
Yeah, that's
It
gonna
was
be a good one
wild.
to watch because
That's gonna be entertaining just because of Soulja Boy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, Soulja Boy's gonna keep it.
Yeah.
entertaining.
And I want to shout out the Brat because I don't think she really gets a lot
Yeah,
of credit.
she
but
doesn't.
That motherfucker can rap.
No, she
Like,
can.
she's a rapper's rapper.
Who would you put
Like-
with Debrat?
Oh shit.
See, I would put Missy. I know y'all. It's like if you take away Missy, if you take away her resume,
And just
'Cause it's gonna
her music
surpass-
only. Yeah.
but if you just took, I would love to see both of them together. But
Yeah. Yeah.
who
I
would you
wouldn't
put
be
with
mad at
Debrat
that.
though?
I think the Brat and Eve would be interesting. I would do, and that's the other thing. I don't feel like women
That
should
might
have to
be
go
good,
against women.
yeah.
Like there's male artists that all these women can compete with. So I don't understand why
No.
it's always got to be man woman.
Well,
like
I didn't
man,
say
man.
a woman. I just said who.
And I'm thinking
Yeah.
about that now that I'm saying it. Like, why am I only thinking of women? Like, if we thinking about the Brat, I think like Ti. Give me Ti or
we just
somebody
talking
like
about
that.
rapping because I mean,
T.I.
like, what does the Brat have? Like, what
she was-
songs? Like,
Funkified.
Funkadelic, the whole funk, the early album, yeah, Funkified especially.
Ladies Night, she was on
Ladies
there.
Night, yeah.
that's 3 though. They play like 20 of them shit.
That's true.
You know what
I'm
saying?
trying to think of some more now off the
That's
top of
3
my head.
shits right there. She
Right.
got.
Yeah.
Name me another one. Sock It To Me with
Sock It
Missy.
To Me, yeah.
Boom,
Yeah.
4. Like, what are we doing,
Yeah.
Brad? The remix, the Am I White T. She was on that
Yeah.
I
shit.
see. You got me there. You got more than
But
I
you got to
actually
think
had.
about it. If she would have come out about probably 6 years later, maybe 5,
Facts, yeah.
things would have been different.
True.
Because
know?
she don't rap like everybody else. Every other female. So
No, she just came out a little too early.
Right.
true,
Probably so.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it'll be interesting. I mean, the last one that they had was they do the verses live now, where they essentially are on stage performing it. So Timbaland and Swiss Beats did it again because they did it once. The first verses ever was
first
them
verses,
two.
yeah.
So they came back and did a rematch. My girl was watching it the other day. The niggas was up there hot as hell. Timbaland had on a
seen.
fucking shirt button with one button at the
Like
bottom.
some Gucci suit.
Yeah, like he was like a short set, and
Yeah.
then like Swiss Beats came out with a full suit, but then like like 20-30 minutes into it, he was down to like a white beater and like a just his chain. I'm like, yeah, he
Because
just
those
stripped it down,
lights.
right? So, but I mean, they was going through the hits. I think Timbaland felt like he didn't play enough of his shit the first time, which he didn't. I don't know why he was trying to.
Yeah.
They was doing it. If I play a Jay-Z thing, then you play a Jay-Z song, and that's not really what I want to hear.
No.
Like play like Promiscuous Girl too, and all
Right,
that shit you
exactly.
did, bro. Like don't just like stop acting like you don't have more than just rapping
Right.
R&B hits, Timbaland.
what I'm
Like
saying. Come
you
on,
do a
Tim.
lot, bro. Like play some Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River, give me
Right.
all of that, bro.
Yeah.
And I think this time he came back with that type of
Right.
attitude. So it was tough because they both have done it for a long time, and so
Right,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
they both have a lot of shit. But like it was interesting. It was interesting. If everybody does it the live way, I think that'll be dope instead of remotely, since we don't got to do that no more. So.
Right.
I know this is a topic my guy Rod T brought up, and shout out to him for having topics and not being here. But Drake hosting Nome battle rap for the battle rap advocates out there. So this weekend Drake is he's not hosting. He's not hosting it. Basically, what he's doing is Nome is Night of Main Events. And what it is like one of URL, which is a battle rap league. It's one of their biggest events that they have.
Okay.
And so it's a lot of
I
battles.
didn't know about that. I'm glad you
it's,
told me
it's
about
huge
that.
though. Like it's pretty dope. And one of the battles they just had a tournament, the Ultimate Madness tournament, led up to the finals. And the finals in the tournament is Geechee Gotti versus Rum Nitty, which is coincidentally they run in the same circle. They're part of the same group, EFB. It's for $100,000 though.
Oh,
So
wow.
the winner of the battle gets $100K, and Drake is going to announce the winner of the
Oh,
$100K.
okay. He's the
So he's not
announcer.
necessarily hosting.
Yeah, he's
Smack
just an
hosts all his
announcer.
battles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is it on? What is it on?
But I mean, I feel
Wait,
like
when
that
is
was
that?
This is Saturday, June the 12th.
Okay.
So it's coming up at 6 p.m. I believe it'll be on Caffeine. So if anybody knows about the Caffeine app, it's pretty much a live streaming app.
Okay.
And URL has a partnership with them that Drake kind of, brought together. And so they host a lot of it's super dope though. It's like battle rap on steroids type shit. So
I think it's a good look to me though. Anything you can get Drake to come in the building and do
true.
anything like
What's
people are just gonna tune in just to watch. You
Because
know, he
he's
has
on
those
it.
fans.
Yeah.
Just that 10, 15 minutes he's on that right there handing the check over, whatever he's doing. Like people are gonna want to see him.
And he's
do
highly
that
involved in battle rap. He was actually he's shown up a couple times in King of the Dot, which is a Canadian battle league.
Yeah.
But it's just as big as URL, which is the ultimate rap league. That Smack has been around forever. If you're a hip hop person and you don't know who Smack is,
Right.
Smack was doing Smack DVDs back when he would have battle rappers like on there, and he'd be interviewing regular rappers too. You know what I'm saying? And then he would have like battles at the end of the DVD, or he had freestyles and shit on there. So he's been around for a while. He just took over the battle rap world and shit like that. So it was interesting to see how Drake is tied in with this. But initially he was tied in with King of the Dot, but I don't really know what happened there. So that's another story for another day. But yeah, so we got Geechee Gotti versus Rum Nitty, Av versus Jada Nightwing. I really want to see that because I'm a big Jada Nightwing fan. Danny Myers versus Real Sick. JC versus Vons. JC is probably my favorite battle rapper ever, probably, if I'm just counting them all up. Mike P versus Lou Castro. Loso versus Jerry West. B-Dot versus DNA. Tay-Rock versus Chilla Jones. T-Rex versus Easy the Block Captain. And T-Top versus Swamp. So as far as his involvements, he'll take the stage, announce the winner of the 100K, and you'll get to see him in all his light-skinnedness. So shout out to Smack. Shout out to URL for continuing dominance in a field that was pretty much vacant, and being able to capitalize on a market when shit went down and everybody had to stay in the house, and be able to continue that the way that they did. Like, that's super dope. I don't want to talk about this next thing I had as a topic. Nobody cares about him being in jail. Pooh Sheisty is locked up for anybody that wanted to know. But
I just found out that last night on our podcast.
So sad. Yeah. So he's pretty much accused of shooting a security guard in the leg at King of Diamonds strip club during Memorial Day weekend. And according to the Miami Herald, he was leaving the club after his performance when an unknown person knocked money out of his back pocket. The crowd started to pick up the money excitedly, and he got angry and got on stage to see who was collecting his money. He had a gun with him at the time, and the security guard told him to hide the weapon. Afterward, when the rapper was leaving the club again, he took out the gun and shot the guard in the ankle. The guard said if he hadn't got out the way in time, he would have been shot in the torso. Previously, Sheisty was arrested back in October of 2020 in a Bay Harbor Island shooting that left 2 men hospitalized. So I know that they allowed him to post bail. I think it was like $30,000. So of course you post bail, you get out. But then they revoked the bail because of the first case, so now he's back. He's in there at the mercy of whatever.
My first thought, when I talk to artists about building their brand, I get into that subject as far as like having a gun, right? Mm-hmm. And I say, hey guys, this is why you have security.
Right.
This is why you hire them.
Right.
Because you have to keep in mind, a lot of people are opportunists. They would try to pick a fight and then they can sue you.
Exactly.
And it's like, you have nothing to prove to these people. Like, you hard and all this. Dude, you are a professional recording artist. So you're here to make money.
Exactly.
Period. Not here to fight.
People.
Now, if you want to fight, go ahead and become a boxer. But, I just, that's what your security is for. They need to, I'm not saying
why
they
do
need
you
to
have
shoot
20
people,
niggas with you?
but yes.
That's what always
and
confused
you
me.
get touched.
And
how
you
does
get
that make
touched.
sense? You got
That
20 of your
makes
home,
no
even 20 of your
sense.
partners, the main niggas that should be looking out, and you got security on top of that.
Right.
But you the nigga that
You
gets
the
your
one that
chain
get
took.
touched.
You see the celebrities with the money. Shout out to my guy Rich the Legend.
Yeah.
Rich the Legend is a security guy. He's from Compton. We all went to school together. But like, if you ever see Sway Lee somewhere, if you ever see Hitman Holla, if you ever see T Grizzly somewhere, you'll see Rich, this big ass light skinned nigga behind him.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. And that's because you pay people to be there for these instances. Like, that's what it's for.
They have certifications to carry these weapons.
You got all these
Like,
people
you know what
from
I
your
mean?
neighborhood with you. Now, mind you, he had money hanging out his pockets when they showed the video of one of his shows. He wears the tightest pants of all time, and I'm not knocking you for the pants you wear, Pooh Sheisty. That's your business. But he got like $40,000, $10,000 in each pocket, and it's like, how does that even stay in there? You know what I mean? Like, well, how does that stand in your pockets? Like, so that's a risky business in itself. You on stage bouncing around, and you got on these size 28 waist pants or whatever
Yeah.
they are, whatever y'all wear.
Skinny.
I don't know how that goes. I'm a big guy, so I don't really wear skinny pants. But that's a lot of money to have stuffed in them jeans just for a performance. So of course somebody's gonna knock it out if they get an opportunity to.
Yeah.
Say niggas is crazy. Niggas is gonna try you anyway.
Period.
You see 40,000, he ain't got that 40,000.
Yeah.
You could go get that back.
And
easy.
test you.
You gonna get that at the end of the night. Like they finna take it from you right off your waist. So
Yeah, that's crazy. And isn't his father? Does he work in the business?
I don't know.
I thought I heard that too. So
Yeah.
someone of his family members
I
working
wouldn't
there.
be surprised.
I think so.
That's crazy.
He's a young guy though. These are all lessons learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these
No,
niggas
it
be
is.
like
Yeah, he's
20,
young.
19.
Yeah,
So I watched the interview. Shout out to I've watched 2 interviews with Currency. Do you know who you familiar with
Oh,
Currency?
Yeah.
I've watched 2 interviews with him, right? And so he's brought this up in 2 different interviews, and I thought this was pretty funny. And now that you're on the microphone, you interview a lot of rappers, so this question pertains to you too. And this is something that we probably would have picked up on if we knew about it beforehand too, right? But he talks about rappers who talk in their rapper voice all the time. Like literally they talk in their rapper voice all the time. So like they never turn it off.
Yeah.
Right.
Like so exactly how they rap is how they talk. And he's like he has a thing about like you can't really trust or be around them kind of guys if they talk in the same voice that they rap in. Unless you don't have a rapper voice.
Yeah.
And so that's what he was saying. He was like, I don't have a rapper voice. So he was like, I think it's weird when I talk to a rapper and he can't turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, damn, I never
Yeah.
thought about that. Like,
Never
and
thought
so
about
it
that.
just kind of made me recollect to like all the interviews that we've done. Like
Yeah.
who talks in it? And I'm gonna bring it up
I
like
know.
the next time
I'm trying
I hear
to
it.
think. Like, I don't think anybody does sound the. You mean like literally the way their voice sounds, or just kind of like their mannerisms?
The
you know what I mean?
mannerisms and all that.
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've interviewed a couple like
That's
that.
wild.
Not a
You
know what
lot.
I'm saying?
Not a lot.
Know what fucked me up one day when I was younger? Remember Shaggy?
Yes.
Shaggy came out with, I can't remember
Was
the
it
song.
Shopper Ranks?
It wasn't me?
Wait. It wasn't me.
Before
Yeah,
Shaggy's
it wasn't
first
me.
joint.
Not
Oh, okay.
Shopper Ranks, but it
Whatever
wasn't
Shaggy's first shit
Okay,
was.
okay.
The one that put him on the map. And then he came out. I never heard him talk, never heard him do an interview. Then I finally heard the nigga do an interview. And he wasn't Jamaican. Blew my fucking mind.
He talks regular.
Blue,
as
he
fuck.
talked like me right
Yeah,
now.
he
And
talks
I was
regular as
like,
fuck.
nigga, what? Who was that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
then he fell off the map, and then I forgot about Shaggy. And he came out, it wasn't me. Came out with that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, Shaggy back. Then he did another interview, and he talked like me again. Blew my fucking mind. I was like, this nigga's
Yeah.
a fraud.
Yeah, I've
I
gotten
couldn't
that with a
believe
few.
it.
I had no idea.
Nah, he talked
Yeah, he
like
talks
me.
like us.
He don't
Yeah.
talk Jamaican.
Yeah, and he's from
But
there.
I've never
He's
been a fan of his, really.
Shaggy. It wasn't me. It was like his only. I mean,
Yeah.
he's had a couple.
What was Shaggy's first fucking song?
I can't think of what it was. Shaggy was like one of those. He's like for some reason he's like a character. Like even
he
I saw
is.
something pop up the other day that looked recent from him, and I was like, Shaggy can't still be making music. This has to be a ploy. Like something's going on here. Another topic.
Boombastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Boombastic.
Boombastic.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing that
Yeah.
shit, he went through the whole shit Jamaican. Like, facts. So I'm like, oh, okay, the nigga from, you know what I'm saying? He light skinned. Like, boom. Then they got to talking like, nah, this nigga's from fucking
Right.
Jersey. Blew my fucking mind.
All right, so how y'all feel about vaccines? Have y'all taken it?
I haven't got it.
That's okay. So I'm the only person in here with it.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
so if I turn into a mutant and
zombie
grow,
nigga in
and grow
this,
wings or something, it'll just be me. Is that what we're
It'll
talking
just
about?
be
Okay.
you.
yeah.
Now I will say that like
Just pan the camera off that nigga. Let that nigga do whatever he fucking do. Yeah. Let him mutate.
listen, I did, and my primary reasoning was because I did have a wedding coming up, and like my mother is like,
Right.
you know, she has some health issues to where like if she catches COVID, then it's like a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she's
yeah.
not gonna be able to make it from it. So I was like, all right, you know, I'll let my woman talk me into doing it. And you know, initially I was like,
She got
okay.
hers too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so initially I was like, no big deal, you know.
Did she go first? Or did y'all do it
No,
at
we
the
went at the
same
same time.
Okay.
Like we
okay.
went to the same place, same
Right.
day, both times. She wasn't gonna go without me. Like she
Okay.
told me that. Like she
Nah, I
actually,
didn't know if it was like,
she
nigga,
had
I
her,
got mine, like-
she had like her bachelorette situation prior to, and like that Sunday is when it was ended. And so I was like, you know, I had my appointment at like 2:30, and she was like, well, push it back so I could go with you. And I was like, nah, like I'm keeping the same appointment. If you gonna go, we gonna go at the same time. So she showed up and went right after I did. I was skeptical about it, and I'm still skeptical because of the way I felt afterwards.
What were some of the side effects, or how did it make you feel?
Now what I will say is before I took the first one, I had already started feeling a little bit under the weather.
Okay.
Like I think I went in there, like I kind of had the sniffles the day before, but I was like, maybe this is just allergies. So I went there and took it, And then I had a cold afterwards. So I don't know if that was caused from that or did it accelerate it. It felt like it accelerated whatever was coming anyway. Like if it was just gonna go away, that shit was like, nope. We gonna kill everything else in his immune system, and then you can come in and kick his ass, which is exactly what happened. And so I went through that for a little while. It took me a while to bounce back from it.
It was like body aches, like shivers.
Nah, I didn't get that the first time. The first time I didn't really get any of that.
Right.
It was the second shot where I got that. That shit happened to me. You know what I'm saying? When I got the second shot. And so the second time I went in there, I wasn't sick at all. None of that shit. Like I went in there of sound, head, body, and mind.
Right. How far in between was the first and the second shot?
I think it was like 21 days.
21 days.
I think I went the fourth.
Is that recommended?
No, like
or is that how
it's
long
a certain
you
amount of time that they tell you to go in between each.
Oh, okay.
And so I waited out the required. I think it was like 19 days. I think I went the fourth and then the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Right.
And so it gives you like this, like when they give it to you in your arm. I got it in the same arm. It was sore as fuck for like 3 days, bro. Like you feel it, like you like literally. If you was doing like the shit with the weights where you doing these, if you did like 100 of those with like 25 pounds, 25 to 50, it feels like that, like for like 3 days. And I was like, damn, that's weird. But I was like, whatever. That's just, it's a shot.
Yeah.
But it's like stiff. Like when you press it, it's not like fleshy, bro. Like it's like you feel that whatever's in there, you feel it. Like it feels like this is under your arm. You know what I'm saying?
Wolverine coming out.
Right. I'm telling you, if I turn into a mutant, that is why. I guarantee you.
Gambit.
And so I went through that, and then like I just felt tired. Like I felt fatigued. Yeah. And then so I was like laid out like after the first I got it Sunday. Monday I was laid out, and then I went through like the little fevers, like the cold, hot, hard to sleep shit. Like I went through that, and then like 2 days that lasted, and then it went away. It disappeared. I was perfectly fine. I didn't feel anything from it. Like I was perfectly good, bro. So that's the part that kind of worried me. Like, what the fuck happened to me in those 2 days? Like, what was that specifically? That's so, don't feel pressured to do anything, people. Because I told her this too. Like, if I knew I was gonna feel how I felt, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah. Like, because people had told me, hey, I did that and nothing happened to me. I felt fine afterwards. Yeah. But no, I didn't get that. Like, and I knew it. That's like, scary, I'm the same guy. Like, if you steal 20 times from somewhere and like you tell me, yeah, I stole out there, and then I go do it, I get caught. Damn, so I knew it was kind of one of those situations anyway. Like, there's a chance that you're gonna get sick from this, and like it kills your immune. Like, it just attacked my immune system. So, and that's what happened the second time too. Like, it attacked my immune system. I went through the initial cold shit, and then I mean the sickness from that, and then I got a fucking cold again after the second shot, bro. So I had just got better like the day before I got married. Literally, the day before I got married, I felt better. And I was like, okay, now I'm over that shit too. But it was like the most miserable week before then, bro. Like, because I was just sick 2 or 3 weeks ago, bro. Like, and I got sick again. I'm like, God damn, I feel like a little kid. Like, I was helpless. Like, damn, this is killing me. So, definitely watch it, people. Like, like I did it, and hopefully
take your own risk.
5 or 6 years from now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fucking like I'm not Beast or something. Fucking Gambit.
Who's my favorite X-Men? I love Beast.
I used to be a Gambit guy. Like
Gambit is my nigga.
And then when they put him in the real version of it, I was hoping they put him in there.
On Gambit, but Gambit is my nigga. Like,
that's cool. Gambit is cool.
I may end up being like Wolverine or something.
Nah, I'm riding with Gambit all day.
Somebody said that you could put, like, it was a magnet, so you could put like a quarter on your arm and it would stay, or that's something metal. So it was like people trying to put metal shit on their arms to see if it stuck. I'm like, are y'all fucking serious? I'm not putting no quarter up there to see if it sticks. If it does, then I'm gonna have a real fucking problem. It's just the internet, bro. It shows you how quickly somebody can say something and you be like, oh, that's the truth. I can vouch for that. Fuck out of here. You're not putting that shit on your arm. Hell nah.
Walking around with these quarters on your fucking shoulder.
Oh man, definitely. So. Yeah, man, I think we kind of got through everything for the most part. I know. Shout out to the Galaxy 9 fam. We got the show in Atlanta next Saturday. So shout out to them. It's at the Juneteenth festival in Atlanta. It's like a festival and parade they do every year there.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's Saturday the 19th. It's me, Sherm Sticks, and Flower.
Yeah, that's
so we'll be there for that. And then,
Flowzilla.
like, shit, I'm going to be out in them streets getting something to eat. Because Atlanta is the place to be for that. Like, I was
going.
Man, I
wish I was going. That's all right. I'm going to catch the next one.
I'm catching all the places that I didn't get the last time I was there, Atlanta. I'm coming. I'm coming because I missed a few. I'm only there for, I think we get there Friday evening, and then No, Friday at like 3.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, and then leave Sunday morning.
Oh, that's dope. In and out. That's
so it
dope.
should be interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I love Atlanta. That's where I started managing artists out there. So my love for Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I got so much love out there. It was so different than out here.
Oh yeah.
Like dudes like
night and
really
day.
showed like love.
I
Like,
believe
I
it.
never saw so many of us.
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
even like everywhere I went, it was like the hotel we stayed at was
doctors, I
a,
mean,
was a nice
everybody.
hotel,
Everybody, yeah.
and everybody that worked at that hotel was black.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that as an understatement. Maybe
No.
besides the the cleaning people, but other than that, everybody that had on the hotel was black. And I was like, damn, this is crazy.
That's
And then
dope.
every
That's
restaurant we
dope.
went to,
It's nice out
black
there.
black establishments. Shout out to everywhere I went. I'm coming, man. I'm telling you, the barbecue
Yeah.
place I went to, if I knew the name of it, I would shout you out. But shout out to, what is that? The place Mary Max, is that a place? I believe we went to Mary Max.
I mean, it's so many places.
wanna
I've
go
been
to
going out there for
Vortex.
so long. It's just so many
Vortex
places.
for the wings. I need to
Yeah.
get there. I need to get to Varsity. My girl talked me out of going to Varsity
yeah.
last time because she said it was kind of hood.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, if
Yeah.
it's good, then
That's
I'm
a
showing
staple,
up. You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? I got to
Yeah.
touch down, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
touch down next time. What else do we got? We got the plug coming up this
Shout out to
Saturday.
Plug,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of the names of everybody performing. English 214.
This is the one where Big Park is on there?
Chief Rebel and Big Pop.
There you go.
So they'll be at 3 Links on Saturday.
Nice.
Deep
Shout
Ellen.
shout out to Galaxy 9 for that.
Yeah,
gonna
shout
be in
out
the
Galaxy
building.
9.
Yeah, and then we got the Lil Ronnie show coming up, I believe, on the 26th.
26th.
26 word. Yeah.
I'm
Shout out
saying,
Lil
thinking
Ronnie.
I'm the one that made the flyer.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I think. Shout out to Lil Ronnie. Shout out to Dallas Ashley and My Lord Inc. Shout out to Dr. Rose as well on that show.
Word, yeah.
Space Boy hosting. So it's a lot of shit coming up, man. Like, stay tuned. Who y'all got coming up, Zstarr? Anything they should be checking for?
We are actually taking a few weeks off
Okay.
for our summer break.
Okay.
Coincidentally, I just signed a lease on a space, so I was like, wow, thank you. Thank you.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
really good timing, so that gives me time to get my studio together.
Real talk.
That's
Real
dope.
So
talk.
y'all definitely got to come there. You're welcome
come
anytime.
on.
And
Word.
come to the grand opening. I'll let y'all know it'll be special invite.
Oh, we gonna
It's
slide.
gonna be big.
We're going to slide.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That is love, man. I'm all about growth and
Yeah,
expanding.
it was time to
Yeah,
take it
yeah.
to the next level because I've just been pushing my brand for so long. And
Right.
obviously, every time I try to get out this business, something happens and I get pulled in again.
Right.
And I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. It's time for me to get a studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Now niggas ain't got an excuse. They know where you at.
Oh, yeah.
So they can't be like,
Right.
oh, I ain't, I
Right,
have an
no, you know.
address. Look me up.
I'm on
nigga.
Yelp. I'm
Yeah.
on
tough.
Google.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
There
Yeah.
you
That's
go.
what it's about. So
Thank
that's
y'all
no
so much.
excuses.
Zstarr Rock Productions.
Man, I'm happy for you there.
Shout out,
Thank you.
yeah.
There's nothing like that, man. That feeling of just being able to say, I'm ready to do something that aligns with what my goals are and
Facts.
where I'm going. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like,
And I will commend you being a black woman.
Yeah.
Shout out
On
to you
top
for
of that.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
on top of that, like,
That's love right there.
know,
That
we-
makes me proud.
we know
Thank
who
you.
the protected class is.
Word.
We know how
Yeah.
hard
Word.
it is when you're not a part of it.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, it's very important
beautiful.
to celebrate those things.
Thank y'all. Y'all are so awesome.
Oh man,
really
so
are.
this was pretty dope. I appreciate you sitting in with us, Zstarr.
Right.
Taking
Yeah,
you
this
took-
was fun.
It was. I really needed your perspective on some of these topics too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you get men talking about shit, and it's just a bunch of fucking men.
It's one sided. We all
Like
just
nobody wants to hear men speak all the
Word.
time. Like,
Nigga
bro,
done
come
took
on.
a shot. There's some joints going around and shit. Like, nigga, these niggas wild.
For real. So yeah, definitely appreciate you, and shout out to everybody listening, man. Again, this is AllOva Radio episode 2.
Drop the album plug real quick.
Which one?
The Untitled
Oh, shout out to the Untitled July
10th. Is that what you
10th.
said?
I think it'll be July 9th. I think we'll do the official listening party July 9th.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then we'll do, there's another event that's coming up that we're going to do that we may be performing the songs with the Beta 2s. So I'm working on that now.
Okay.
So that I'm trying to make sure that that's solid, but
Yeah.
it should be as good as gold as far as that goes. So that's the next vibe there. So just a few things in the works to make sure we get everything done the right way. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody for rocking with us, and y'all have a good one.
All over you.